So a few weeks ago we went to Blackpool and we paid a visit to a game shop I'd completely forgotten about, and that is Eclipse Home Entertainment.
Get ready.
So that was Eclipse Home Entertainment, and I've got to say, it's one of the tidiest, cleanest game shops I've ever been in. I mean, the place was spotless. Now, Eclipse has been open for 30 years. It was established in 1994, and it's outlasted the likes of Granger Games, Mr. Chips in... not Mr. Chips, fucking hell. Chips in Lytham St Anne's, and even Game Station Blackpool, which is where I worked 20 years ago. Anyway, on to the games I got, and I only got 4 games, and they're all for Sega consoles. And the first game I got is a game I'm not really familiar with. I think I might have played it once or twice, but I've never owned this game, and that is Green Dog, the Beached Surfer Dude. So basically, Green Dog has caught a massive wave and has been washed up on a beach of some random island. And as he wakes up, he's got some sort of medallion round his neck that won't come off. And he's told by some random girl in a bikini who just suddenly appears out of nowhere that he needs to find the Aztec treasure in order to lift the curse. So it's your usual run and jump platform game with obstacles such as disappearing platforms and swinging vines, and the odd puzzle to get you through to the next level. And once you've reached the end of one island, you use your pedalcopter to fly across to the next in like a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up section. All I've got to say is, what the hell were they smoking when they came up with that idea? Anyway, next up is a classic, or a sequel to a classic, and that is Space Harrier 2. So much like the first game, the heroic Space Harrier has been summoned to protect Fantasyland from countless monstrous beings. Now, the next game is a classic from the early 80s, and it's not one I expected to see on the Mega Drive, especially as it was released in 1995, and that is Ms. Pac-Man. So in this version of Ms. Pac-Man, there's 36 different mazes. Some small ones, some big ones, and some strange ones, as well as the ones from the arcade game. And just like the other two, comes complete with the manual. And the final game I got is one for a console that I don't actually own, but I've never actually seen it out in the wild. And the reason why I bought this is because apparently it's got the best version of Outrun outside of the arcades, and that is Sega Ages Volume 1. So Sega Ages Volume 1 contains Afterburner 2.
Get ready. Welcome to the family. Get ready.
The original Space Harrier.
Get ready.
And Outrun. And again, that comes complete with the manual, and I've never actually owned a Sega Saturn, so I'm going to have to look for one. And this weekend it's Doncaster Video Game Market, so fingers crossed I can get a nice boxed Mark I Sega Saturn. And speaking of video game markets, if you missed my Leeds video game market coverage, you can watch those right here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye!